high functioning, high achieving, emotionally absent, not by choice, but by survival. This isn't about men being weak. This is what happens when emotions become unsafe and performance comes the only acceptable mask. Today we'll unpack what does emotional repression really look like and how to start coming back without shame or fear of collapse. At the end, I will send you out with a task that will help you to start unlock this path. Hi, I'm Zora. I'm a corporate psychologist and I give leaders brain-based insights so they can level up their impact and the cultures they lead. Let's look at where it all starts. See, boys are not born disconnected. They are very early taught to be strong so others can be weak. Stop crying. Don't act like a girl. Man up. Translation: your feelings make me feel uncomfortable. Make them disappear. So he does. And by adulthood, that boy becomes a man who disappears emotionally to stay professionally acceptable. He's not yelling, he's not crying, he's just not there. And after years of turning pain into performance, grief becomes even something that he cannot recognize. This is not strength. This is a nervous system waving the white flag. It's called emotional inhibition, a survival response, not a personality trait. Let's understand what happens in the brain that's driving this. The pain, whether it's physical or social, activates amygdala, which is the kind of central alarm system of our brain. And what that does is that it shuts down the logical part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex. And over time, that suppression comes to default setting. The system that was meant to regulate starts to repress. So what's the result? High functioning freeze, somatic shutdown, and emotional numbness. And how does it show up in men? I'm just busy. I'll be fine. I just need a holiday. I'm not the therapy type. Those were the most typical responses from the executives in the last 20 years that I got when I was probing further about their emotions. That's not logic, that's an exile. It looks like intellectualizing instead of feeling. Anger outbursts when shame gets triggered. Silence in conflict and maybe jokes instead of vulnerability. Crying without tears. It usually shows in the body first. See, emotions never disappear. They reroute themselves into headaches or insomnia or chronic fatigue or digestive problems or lack of sex drive. Because vagus nerve, our emotional superhighway, starts to lose tone and the body forgets how to return to safety. It's unprocessed emotions wearing a productivity mask. Crying without tears shows also in the relationships. Emotional shutdown never stays private. Partners feel shut out. Kids inherit the silence. Teams mirror detachment instead of vulnerability. This isn't a personal flaw. It's a systemic inheritance handed over in playgrounds, bedrooms, and boardrooms. So what does healing look like? And this is where many men get it wrong. They think that I need to have a breakdown or I need to cry to heal. No, it's about retraining. Retraining your nervous system to feel safely. And how? Naming the emotions without judgment. Recognizing tension in the body and then letting the body release it. Allowing vulnerability and connection with someone who feels safe, and moving from emotional numbness to emotional nuances and being able to name them. Trust me, it looks ordinary, but I've seen it be revolutionary. So this is my call in, not a call out. If you've seen ever a man cry without tears, or maybe you've been that man, you are not emotionless, you're not broken. You're just unpracticed to express what you feel. Repression was a skill you learned early, but so is restoration, and you can learn it starting today. Because no, you don't need tears to grieve or a breakdown to start healing. You just need your own permission to start feeling what was never safe to say or feel. And as promised, here comes my task for you. So look back into the last month and think, what was the situation where I masked my emotion because it didn't feel safe to feel nor express. Go back to that situation and look at it as if it would be a movie scene. What happened? What did you do? How did you feel? And how it showed in your body as well. Were you tense? Were you withdrawn? Were you slumped down, or did you lean forward? Just look at it as a movie scene and recognize it and acknowledge it, and then name what those emotions were and those reactions and how did you mask it. And just hold it. Don't try to do anything with it yet. That's you retraining your brain that it's safe for yourself to look into what you were feeling and how that emotion morphed in you when it didn't come out as tears. Try the exercise, and I'm curious to know how it works for you, and let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you find this content helpful, please subscribe to my channel so I know to make more. Thanks so much for watching.